Good morning from Estero, Florida. You can start to see the sun coming up a little bit. And we're here parked, walking over to register for my first ever timed trail race today. Have our little runner village here. A lot of people brought tents and stuff. You can set up a 10 by 10, but I just have my chair and a little box of stuff. I'll show you later when it's a little brighter out. So we're gonna go get our registration now. You can see the fog really rolling in. It's not even 50 degrees this morning. There's another view of this area. We'll be able to look a little bit better later, of course. This is the main aid station. They do have restrooms set up. And this is how I have my little chair here. And I just put all my stuff in a bin, so it's just easier to carry today.
Good. I want to hear anything complaints, go to her. All right. 5.4 mile. Basically, okay. Most of the course, orange flagging tape. On your right. All the markers are on your right. If you're running somewhere and you got a bunch of markers on your left, you're going the wrong way.
Finishing up the pre-race meeting. You can see the fog. And I realized I forgot my sunglasses. So we'll see what happens. I might need to run back to my car and grab those later. Good morning from a very cold Estero, Florida. Today we are down here for the Diamondback ultramarathon. It will not be an ultramarathon for me, don't worry. I won't even do like 23 miles today. But what's interesting is this is a timed course, so it's an 8-hour course limit. The issue with this course is that it's a 5.5 mile loop, so you kind of have to decide pretty early on like how many loops you're going to do, because you can't like just start that last loop. It's not like the loops are a mile or 2 miles. So my goal for today is to complete 4 loops, which would put me at 22 miles. So we're about 30 minutes away from sunrise. We have enough light that I don't need a headlamp, but for this beginning part, we definitely won't be showing too much in the videos, but don't worry, because we're doing this loop 4 times. Getting ready to go. I'm in no rush, so I'm just gonna video record this part. And what's the over under on somebody passing me before I'm done with the first lap? All right, let's go. They have people out here at the intersections for the first loop, so that way we make sure that no one gets lost and you can figure out the path. But as you can see, there's signs as well. Some water over here, lots of steam and fog coming off of it. Kind of backed up to a manufactured home community, it looks like. Very beautiful out here this morning. And the lady that was behind me just ran in front of me, so I am officially the last person. I'll show you on the next lap what we just went through. I was talking to another lady, I couldn't record, but it opens up to this. It's absolutely beautiful with that fog this morning. Whoops, almost just fell in a hole.
Taking a little week-long vacation, and just, you know, like they bail you out.
All right, just finished first lap, hour 37. You can see some people around. You got some snacks over here. I'm gonna go for the Uncrustable and some orange slices and get back on the trail. All right, you can see the start line behind me, right over there. Finishing up my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This hit so hard. This is so good right now. So we are heading out on lap 2. I did not have a lot of videos on lap 1 because I met up with another runner and we basically did like 4.5 out of the 5 miles together, and we just talked the whole time. It was really, really nice. So I'll show a little bit more of the course. The second lap, doing great on time. Yeah, we'll be able to finish 4 laps, no issues today. This is the most technical part of the trail. As you can see, it was recently cleared, so there's a lot of stumps and stuff. I saw those 2 guys running up behind me, so I stopped to let them pass, just because I'm not in a rush, but they are, and I want to respect that. So I definitely like this part. It's very beautiful. Let me zoom out so you can see, just going through this cypress hammock, all these cypress trees, because the rest of the course is pretty much just going through those Florida palms. Can't think of what they're called right now, fan palms or something like that. So at least this is unique. Now that it's light out, I can also show you how the course is marked. So you can see in this tree over here the orange flag. So you want the orange to stay on the right side of you. Now in this particular part of the trail, if you look ahead, you can see little orange flags in the grass, and they're on both sides because this is a 2-way part of the course. Like, this guy's coming towards me, but you always want the orange flag to stay on your right hand side, so it's very, very easy to navigate. Here's a really good example of the course markings. You can see on the right hand side we have a sign, and we also have the ribbons. And then the left side as well, because you're going to be coming up this way and back. So again, very, very well marked. One of the forms of entertainment on this race today, it'll come into the screen in just a moment on the left side. I'm sure you can already hear it. There it is. We are kind of in the landing path for the Fort Myers Airport. So it's been pretty consistent with planes landing today. So it's just kind of like an extra fun thing to keep your mind off doing the race. This part of the trail is definitely my favorite. It's hard packed. You just kind of go, go, go. Kind of have the blue crew in front of me. They were behind me before, and then they passed me. And what was nice is now I'm trying to maintain their pace. And the guy with the bucket hat is like, oh, we can do 5 laps. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know about that. But he seems pretty positive. So I'm going to try to stay behind them and keep their pace going. It's really not much to comment on. This is just the course right now. The people back there, I was just talking to them. They're definitely going to go for that 5th lap and just see how far they go. So I guess I will too, because it would be pretty cool if I was able to finish the 26.3 miles to officially have completed an ultra marathon today. All right, so we are going on to mile or loop 3 now. I did change my shoes because I really didn't need my trail runners, and oh my gosh, I already feel so much better on my feet. Put on some new sunscreen, added some water and some electrolytes to my pack. I have a PB&J and a couple of jelly chews in my pocket. I'll eat on this loop. But yeah, let's see if we can get 5 done. I don't know, I might be able to, guys. This is pretty crazy. Almost at mile 2, and there is absolutely nobody in front of or behind me. This is the first time on this race that I've been alone. It feels really good, to be honest. The first 2 laps, I didn't have a lot of content. Didn't really discuss much because on both of them, some other runners struck up conversations with me and kind of like stuck with me for almost the entire laps, which was fine, but I couldn't really run or anything, and kind of went with their pace, which again, you know, it killed a lot of the time. It was made it more interesting. But now that I'm on my 3rd loop, now I am trying to pick up some time and, you know, maybe, like I said, maybe even hit a marathon today. But my hands, you can see, are super sausage finger swollen. I have not eaten my PB&J yet on this loop. I had a candy, but that was it. I think when I go back before loop 4, I'm going to go for the pickles. But it's definitely getting hot, hot, hot out. So again, you know, well, I'm going to try for it. I'm going to try to hit a marathon, but I don't know with this heat today. It's just a little after 11, about 11:02, and this is about halfway done with the course. Now this also, because I've done 2 laps, this would be my 2.5 lap point. And this would mean that I'm also halfway done with my race. So if I even do a little bit of jogging like I have been, and I can get it closer to like under 17-minute miles, I actually, in theory, could finish this race. I could actually do it and finish that 5th lap. So hopefully it doesn't get too much hotter out here. But I just got to keep it up, and it's now a distinct possibility, which is really exciting. There's only one stretch with really bad sugar sand. It's right here. It's less than 1/4 mile though, and there's a decent amount on the side that you can walk to avoid it as best you can. But overall, this trail is not bad with the sugar sand whatsoever. All right, going out for lap number 4. It is not even noon, so I have over 3 hours to get the last 2 laps in. I think it's gonna be pretty close. All I did this one, I didn't grab any food because I already have I took a goodie powder before, and I already have my PB&J that I didn't have. So we should be good, and yeah, we'll go from there. And then the only error I made is I did not bring extra element. I did not think I was going to need this much water, but they did have just salt, so I put salt in my water this time. We have about a mile left in this loop, and then I have one more loop. Again, my goal is just to get like 4.5 miles on the last loop within the time limit, because I know this is too much information for some people, but I got my period. So I have a really, really bad cramps, and I'm really struggling now, but I want to still see if I can do it, guys. All right, guys, so I'm effectively done. I did my 4 loops. As you can see, I don't have my hydration pack on me anymore. I took it off. The only thing I brought with me is some Gatorade and my gels. They did stop me because my last loop was 1 hour and 40. So they, basically already told me that like this last loop is not going to count unless I, pick up the pace or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's totally fine, because I just want to hit, above a marathon. And I already told them that I was going to cut the course, and they're like, oh, don't worry about it, because it's not going to count anyways. So that's it. Reset my watch. I'm looking to get 4.4 miles. That'll pretty much take me to over 26.2, guys. If I had any juice left in me, I could easily run a bit and finish this lap before the 3 o'clock cutoff. But guys, I'm done. I am so tired and done. So up here, there's going to be the first cut through that I'm going to cut the course on. And then there will be a second one as well. But I can't even do videos. I'm exhausted. This is really hard. As we finish up this last loop, I just want to say I should not have done this loop again. I should not have succumbed to peer pressure from other people saying, oh, just do it, whatever, you'll be fine. My feet are in so much pain right now. I've complained about having potentially my feet bleeding before and having really bad blisters. This is way worse. So we'll see what the damage looks like, but I am so done with this. 2:58 now, almost 3 o'clock. Still have a ways to go, but I at least finished a full marathon. I was not expecting that today. I probably, honestly, should not have done that. I will be deeply regretting this tomorrow. Absolutely guaranteed. Heck, I already regret it right now. Right around the corner, you can see all of the tents at the finish line. And this is my most dreaded part of this race, because there's going to be all these people sitting there, and I just hope they don't all start cheering. It's just, I'm so done, guys. I'm so done today. I appreciate the support and everything, but I just want to go and sit down and take my shoes off and not talk to anybody. Thankfully, they moved the table, and it looks like people have already started to leave. Praise be. Guys, I was just really not in the mood for that. Just wanted to show you what foods they have over here. So they got lots of drinks. Peanut butter and jelly, pickles, olives. And they did also bring Little Caesars pizza, which I just cannot handle right now. Oh, my stomach. This is the Finishers Award. I kind of liked this one because it had the little crack in there. So it has the like the burn print, 8-hour trail race, Estero, Florida, 2025. Very cool. They're doing the awards right now. The most loops was 8 loops. That's crazy. Very fun, very well organized race. I really enjoyed this one a lot. It's definitely something I would consider doing again. I really didn't know what to expect because it was their first race they ever did, but it was really great. Hello from the future, and thank you for watching today. We do have the results, and let me tell you, my feet were absolutely screaming from this race. So over here, you can see the top performances for the men and the women. These were all of the, course records because, of course, it was the first time they ever did this race. But as we go down here, I just go to the 30 to 39 so I can find myself. So my race ended at 6 hours and 29 minutes because I didn't finish that last lap. And they have me down for 21.76 miles, again, because I did not finish that last lap within time. But I definitely did over 26 miles total before the 3 p.m. cutoff. So thanks so much for joining me. I really enjoyed this 8-hour format or this timed format, and I really look forward to doing more of these races in the future.